This is a modular mobile dwelling space. It's experimental, eco-conscious, has modern comforts, but it can be packed up at a moment's notice when disaster strikes. I'm Sarah Pila in the Redwood Forest in Davenport, California, where I'll introduce you to one man who lost his home to wildfire. So now with that experience plus climate change has changed his philosophy on what home means, which is now to be as nimble as possible when extreme weather events occur.
Down the street.
It's the second evacuation in a year for scientist Wallace J. Nichols. First, it was for wildfire. Now it's for an atmospheric river, a heavy storm threatening mudslides and debris flow to the burn-scarred area.
It's disastrous either way. Weather is changing, and we have to be smart and nimble and creative.
Jay learned this last year after evacuating from the CZU complex fire, only to go back to find his home and everything with it was gone.
Nothing left. A pile of metal and rock.
So this is his property now. No rebuild of a traditional house, but a series of experimental modular tent homes now covered in tarps.
Instead of one house with a bunch of bedrooms, it's a bunch of bedrooms with no house.
Losing his house to wildfire changed his perspective on the meaning of home. Now it's about adaptation and being mobile, leaving on short notice when disaster strikes.
Losing everything you own is not something I ever want to experience again.
Nearly 1 in 3 Americans live in a county hit by a weather disaster just this past summer alone. As vulnerability to climate change grows, tents like these called jupes are a housing solution. It's mobile, solar powered, and equipped with a comfy mattress. Jupes founder Jeff Wilson says it's the first iteration of a larger goal to create nomadic villages that pack onto a truck.
If you could rotate your village into areas where the climate was good, almost like we used to move nomadically, then that solves some of the climate issues at first.
In Jay's case, if another wildfire came through, the jupes can be easily transported to avoid another loss, proving to be helpful as more people are displaced by climate change.
I think there is potential to put jupes in all of these places where the wildfires have come through and devastated this land, and allow people to come back onto it and enjoy it.
Next for Jay is another jupe that's equipped with a kitchen and bathroom. It's how he's adapting while dealing with the heartbreak of loss.
Change can be scary or it can be an adventure. And I think we've chosen the adventure route.
We leave and head toward the coast where the storm is fast approaching.
They're saying like up to 50-mile-an-hour winds, and so that's the kind of wind that's going to throw dead trees all over the place.
But this beach lot is an example of where he could take the packed up jupes and wait out disaster until it's safe to return home.
So that's kind of our thinking. It's like, how do we manage the future and the uncertainty that all this extreme weather brings, and that's the plan.
The old way of living no longer makes sense, so he's adapting to a new way of life as the climate changes around him.